The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 4, verse 28. Strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, shall fight for thee. Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Ruach HaKodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honest to you brothers that are pushing the gospel of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, in all sincerity, diligence, and truth. And peace and grace and blessings be multiplied into the house of David, which is the elect, the men, women, and children that are predestined to receive salvation and to be the first fruits of the kingdom of heaven, which is the kingdom of Israel. All right, through the inspiration of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Ruach HaKodash, this lesson came into me. You know, me and a couple of the brothers, we were just speaking about a couple of dreams that, each one of us had within the last couple of days or last few days or week. And a bunch of us, well, two of us had dreams about spies, agents, family members turning on us. And then another brother had a dream about the centurions coming and basically arresting us, for teaching this word. And I was just meditating on it. I got this this message or mind, or the spirit basically said that the Lord he sets up the counterpunch. All right, in order for this word to be exalted, and in order for the manifestation of the Lord's elect to be made known, the left, all right, or the wicked has to attack. Okay, and Yahushua spoke about, warned about all these things, and even throughout the whole Bible, Old Testament, New Testament, and Apocrypha, it always speaks about being in a position of difficulty or adversity, all right, and if you endure that, all right, if you take that, all right, cheerfully, okay, if you take that with confidence and faith in the Lord, then ultimately we're going to come out as the victor. All right, so it made me think of a counterpunch, all right, or a counterattack, because in fighting, in boxing, one of the greatest and most devastating punches is the counterpunch. So I just had just went on YouTube and just typed in counterpunch in boxing, and this came up. It says top 10 greatest punches in boxing, and the one I'm about to show, all of them was pretty good. All right, they all basically led to knockouts. All right, because that's the thing with a counterpunch. When an attacker is coming, and if you are able to successfully evade the attack, it opens up a window of opportunity to counter that person's attack, and they're left vulnerable. And therefore, if you land it, with precision, you can knock them out. You can win the battle, win that fight, and that's what the Lord is going to do for the elect. See, the things that we are expecting to come, Esau, all right, coming. All right, those are the attacks that are going to ultimately set up a window of opportunity for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai to use for a counterpunch. And that counterpunch that the Lord is going to use on Esau, all right, is going to ultimately be to his demise. It's going to be to him being taken out. So I'm going to play this one, all right. This one happened back in 2012. All right, this is Marquez against Pacquiao. I remember when I first, when I seen it, I thought he was dead. All right, I thought Pacquiao, I thought his spirit left his body when I first seen it, because he was. I'm just gonna show it. So this is Pacquiao and like I said, Marquez.
Back and tries to roar back to nail Pacquiao with the right hand. Oh! That's another knockdown. He's not getting up, Jim. He get up. He's not getting up, Jim. He's not getting up. No, he's been knocked out. A sensational right hand knockdown. Hand right, you see that? Pacquiao missed the right hand. He knew he was coming. He just caught his rhythm because that's what has caused. So that's the shot. Bam, right on the button that the weightlifting definitely will help you with.
That's the hardest and most dramatic shot we've seen in the sport since Sergio Martinez knocked out Paul Williams on November 20, 2010 in Atlantic City.
All right, so and when you see in that clip, all right, Pacquiao, he actually, because he was attacking, he actually ran into the punch of Marquez. All right, because he was on the attack and he was, coming with fervency. He got set up to run right into that punch. Okay, which he didn't see coming. So I'm gonna get a couple scriptures on that, man, because as we were talking and we were, speaking about these things, us that has this knowledge and wisdom and understanding, the ones of us that's in His truth, we have to understand that the Lord is making these attacks come, all right, and it's going to intensify, all right. That straight gate is going to get straighter, all right. These the demonizations, the persecutions, the afflictions, all those things are going to intensify, but not for our demise. Okay, it's not going to get to that level of the attack is going to overtake us to Esau's not going to be attacking us so that he can overtake us. The Lord is setting that up so that ultimately the counterpunch can come. Okay, so let me read this in the book of Matthew chapter 10 verse 17. It says, "But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to councils, and they will scourge you in your synagogues, and ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony and against them and the Gentiles." Okay, so you see the first, chapter, verse 17 is the attack. All right, so it says that's why the Lord said, "But beware of men." Understand that because we're out teaching, because we are believers in Yahweh Shai, because we prophesy against this kingdom, that is going to cause an attack to come upon us. That is going to cause us to be targeted. All right. And with that target, it's going to seem like, they're going to, have the upper hand. But ultimately, all that is for what? It says for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. You see? So it's really, those attacks is really setting up the glory of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right. Everything that the left is doing is really setting up so that the right can be exalted. All right. Verse 19, it says, "But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak." And that goes back to Ecclesiasticus 4 verse 28. All right. "Strive for the truth until death, and the Lord shall fight for thee." All right. Because the Lord is a man of war. All right. And he's the greatest war general. All right. He's the one that is setting up this whole situation, man. So us being on the right hand of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, we have the mind, and we can have the comfort to know that no matter what attacks come, the Lord is always going to set us up in a position to be able to successfully counterattack it. All right. But in order to do a counterattack, the attacker, you have to first be attacked. All right. You have to first have to deal with the attacks first, and that's why Yahweh Shai said that he that endureth unto the end, because what you are enduring is all the attacks. All right. You have to endure the attacks. You can't let your guard down. You can't get overwhelmed. You can't be afraid, because you see in that clip, in order to have a counterattack, yeah, you have a defense, but you also have to be willing to, you can't crawl and go in a bubble and just curl up, because you won't ever be able to do the counterattack if you just curl up in the corner and just get hit with all the attacks, with all the punches. All right. And that's why the Lord said here, take no thought. All right. Take no thought how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given to you in that same hour which ye shall speak. For it is not ye that speak, So it's not us that's ultimately that is doing the fighting. It says, but the spirit of your Father which speaketh in you. All right? The spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, through the Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Spirit, is the one that is going to fight for us. So there's no need to be afraid of the attacks that is coming. All right, let's get this next one. The book of John, St. John chapter 15, verse 20. Right, it says, remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. Right. Because, hey, even Yahweh Shai, he had to be attacked. He had to be betrayed. All right. He had to suffer all of those things. But for what was the reason? All right. What was the outcome of that? Was it so that, the Romans got glory? Was it so that, Judas, was successful in doing what he did? And was Judas, praised for it in the later, and at the latter end? Everything that happened, okay, was ultimately to lead unto Yahweh Shai getting his glory. All right. That's why the scripture says that ye can't do anything against the truth, but only for the truth. The attacks that we're going to go through, the trials, the tribulation, the persecution that we're going through is still for the truth's sake. It's not for the left. It's not for the wicked. It's not for this kingdom to get to a better plateau for them. Really, they're helping us get to our glory. All right. Esau coming down with wrath because he has a short time. He's really set up to do that so that we can receive our kingdom. All right. And he doesn't. But the thing is, the attacker doesn't ever, in the boxing sense, the ones who are attacking is not really thinking about, oh, I'm attacking so that he can counterattack and I'm going to get knocked out. No, they're thinking that they're attacking, expecting to land these punches and expecting to get the victory over the person that they're attacking. But because of that, they get deceived and they open up a window of vulnerability to where that counterattack comes. And then in an instant, in a moment where when they least expected it, they're getting punched. And the punch that they received, that one punch that they received, was devastating to the point it knocks them out completely, man. And they don't get up. All right. And that's what the Lord is doing for us. So it says the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my sayings, they will keep yours also. So that's what we got to remember, man. Yahweh Shai, he got persecuted. All right. But he didn't get persecuted for him to lose. No, he got persecuted for him to also ultimately win. And that's what we're doing. That's the same stead, as he said, the servant is not greater than the master. That's the same position that we are in right now. All right. As long as you continue to stay steadfast. All right. You got to be unmovable. So when those attacks come, if you move out of the way of those attacks, now certain boxing elements, you do sidestep and then you throw a punch. But if you run away from the attacks, you will never be able to set up the counterpunch. All right, you will never be able to set up that blow that is going to knock out your opponent. So you got to withdraw the adversity that is being given at that moment. All right, Isaiah 48 verse 10. It says, behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction. You see, that affliction is necessary in order to win. All right, the affliction is necessary in order to get the victory. You can't, say it again, you can't get the counterpunch unless you are getting attacked, unless you are having punches come thrown at you. Okay, so that's why the Lord always spoke about enduring endurance, being temperament, which is what being having self-control. All right, having patience, because with a successful counterattack or a counterpunch, you have to have patience. Okay, you have to have patience if you want to land a successful counterattack. All right, or a counterpunch rather. All right, this is the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1. It says, I'm gonna start at 1. It says, then shall that righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, the attacks, and made no account of his labors. Why? Because they endured it. All right, they endured the affliction, and then once it was time for the counterpunch to come, it landed with great precision, man. All right, I must jump now to verse 3. It says, and repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit, they say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometime in derision and a proverb of reproach. Yeah, we smeared their name, we slandered them. All right, we persecuted them. Okay, some of them, we put to death. Some of them we tortured. All right, we made all types of ad hominem attacks on them, thinking that they were going to fold, thinking that they were going to drop. All right, thinking we were going to knock them out. But no, in the end, the righteous man is going to get the victory because the Lord is fighting for us. All right, yeah, even in Psalms, I believe that's 144, if I'm not mistaken, it says what? He teacheth our hands to war. All right, because this is we are at in a spiritual battle right now. Although our weapons of warfare are not carnal, but they're still mighty. All right, reading on, it says, we fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. And it's a foolish thing for a person to just, throw punches, attack, and not expect a counterattack at some point. Okay? Not expect to get hit. And that's why, as we always say in the book of Isaiah, the 59th chapter, let me get that. Okay? Isaiah 59, verse 19. It says, so shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun, when the enemy shall come in like a flood. The Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. Okay? But the enemy has to first come in like a flood in order for the Lord to lift up that standard. If the enemy never comes in like a flood, if the enemy never come into attack mode, then the Lord can never lift up that standard. There will be no need to lift up the standard if the enemy never comes in like a flood. There will be no way to have a counterpunch if the punches never come in first. You see, so this is why we ultimately know that we have the victory, man. Okay, no matter what, we are in a position of winning. You just have to do what? You just have to be able to endure it. All right, you have to be able to withstand the battle. All right, this is Ecclesiasticus chapter 2, verse 5. It says, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. All right, an acceptable man in the eyes of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is found to be acceptable because of the adversity that they were able to withstand. The adversity that they were able to endure. Okay? So that's why Yahushua warned us of all these things. He warned us of that we were going to be betrayed. He warned us that we were going to be delivered up into the councils. He warned us that, we should be persecuted and hated by all men for his name's sake. Not to bring us down, or not to give us a mind of, oh, you know what, we're just going to lose. No. But for us to withstand those things, and in the right time, he is going to deliver us. Okay? And not only deliver us, but he is going to deliver the enemies into our hand. The ones who are coming at us, he is going to deliver them into our hand. Ultimately, when Yahweh Shai returns. All right? But the ones who stay in the adversity field, the ones who don't, the ones who stay in the ring, they're going to be the ones that get the victory. All right. No matter how much attacks are coming, as long as you stay in that ring, the time appointed, the time is going to come where the Lord is going to set up that standard. The Lord is going to set up that counterpunch, and you will be at the end. You will be the victor. You will get victory. Okay, but the ones who are timid, the ones who draw back, the ones who are afraid and leave the battle, those are the ones who the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is going to have a ought against, man. Those are the ones he's going to have no pleasure in, because you ultimately left the battle because you didn't trust that the Lord will fight for you. All right, you didn't trust that the Lord will set up that standard, and if you don't have that faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, as the scripture says, it's going to be impossible to please him. All right, going back to here, Romans 8. Verse where is it? Yep. Where is it, Salakia? I know it's 8. Said a creature. Yeah, here we go. 8 verse 20. It says, "For the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly." Yeah, the creature speaking about who? The sons of God. All right. We were made subject to being hit with these attacks. We were made subject to being in a position that seems to the outside eye that we are losing, that we are going to lose. It says not willingly, but by reason of hope, but by reason of him who have subjected the same in hope. All right, because that hope, that's what? That's that faith. So we are being put in with our backs against the walls in the furnace of adversity, so that we can have hope and faith that the Lord will deliver us. The Lord will provide for us, that he will save us, so that the ones who do stay in that position and don't lose hope, don't lose faith, that's the ones he's going to come and rescue from these attacks. All right, let me jump now to verse 35. It says, "Who shall separate us from the love of Hamashiach? Shall tribulation or distress or persecution or famine or nakedness or peril or sword?" All those things are what? Those are all various different attacks, all various different adversities. So are you going to let these various different adversities separate you from the love of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai? Are you going to let those different attacks take your hope, take your crown? All right, because as long as you stay in the ring, you're going to get the crown. That's why Yahweh Shai said, "Let no man take thy crown." As long as you keep fighting the good fight, you're going to win. But as soon as you decide not to, you already lost. All right, that's just plain and simple. The left, Esau, the wicked, can't win this fight. He can't win this fight. Only way that he gets any type of so like I can't even say that. Esau can't win, but you can lose. All right? Esau can't win this. The wicked can't win. But you can lose your crown or your position of victory if you believe that Esau attacks is too much to bear. All right, so verse 36 says, "As it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long. We are counted as sheep for the slaughter." Because it seems that we are just taking these L's. We're taking these punches. All right. But that is only for a moment to set up the counterpunch. That's all that the Lord is doing. He's just telling us to endure these punches. And on top of that, he's saying that I'm not going to give you any punches. I'm not going to allow Esau to punch you harder or more than what you can bear. Just believe that I'm here. Believe that what you're going through is not something that is going to be for your downfall. And then at the right time, I'm going to open up the opportunity for that counterpunch and for your enemy to fall and for you to get the victory. That's why verse 37, he says, "Nay, in all these things, in all of the attacks, in all of the trials, in all of the famine, the persecution, the distress, the demonization, in all of these things, we are more than conquerors through him that loved us." So we're still the victors, even though we look like we're being attacked. All right? Even though on the scoreboard, you see Esau with, more punches thrown, so to speak. We can speak in metaphorically. But all the Lord needs is in that 12th round to set up that one counterpunch. Because you can have, in boxing, you can land more punches. But if you get if your enemy of your opponent hits you one time at the right time in the right spot and knocks you out, guess what? Your opponent wins. It doesn't matter how many punches you've landed. If he knocks you out, the fight is over. He's the victor. He's the champion. Okay? And that's what the Lord is going to do, man. For what? For the ones who have trust and believe in him, his elect. All right, so let me get this in Wisdom of Solomon. Now I'll go back to that, and I end it with this. Wisdom of Solomon 3, verse 1. It says, "But the souls of the righteous are in the hand of the Most High, and there shall no torment touch them. In the sight of the unwise they seem to die, and their departure is taken from misery. For their going from us is to be utter For their going from us to be utter destruction, but they are in peace. For though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality, having been a little chastised." All right, those jabs, those straights, all right, that we gotta endure. Right, that's a little chastisement. They shall be greatly rewarded. For the Most High proved them and found them worthy for himself. As gold in the furnace hath he tried them, and received them as a burnt offering. In the time of their visitation they shall shine, and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble. They shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people, and their Lord shall reign forever. They that put their trust in him shall understand truth, and such as be faithful. All right, if you're faithful, you stay in the ring, you stay fighting, striving for the truth. In love shall abide with him, for grace and mercy is to his saints, and he has care for his elect. Okay, so hey man, the counterpunch is coming. Okay, we just got to endure it and stay steadfast and be unmovable, man, because victory is already given unto the ones who it stays in the ring, unto the ones who trust in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Okay, so hey, with that, Lord willing, this is edifying unto the elect. Till next time, shalom.